Good afternoon and welcome to the Harlan Municipal Board of Trustees meeting. Today is Thursday, April 23rd, 2026. It's 4 p.m. I'd like to call the meeting to order.
So moved.
Second.
I'll second.
Roll call.
Barnett, aye.
Nichols, aye.
Lukey, aye.
Michelle, aye. Number 2, approval of the agenda, conflict of interest.
So I have an approval of the agenda.
So moved. One.
Second.
Roll call.
Do I need to talk about the conflict of
conflict,
interest?
Yes.
Now?
Yeah,
Or-
just state that you have a conflict with
Okay.
number, oh, where's it at?
Number 9.
Number 9.
I have a conflict with number 9. I will not be participating.
Okay. Can I get a motion?
I move to accept the agenda and then with the conflict of interest on number 9.
Second?
Roll call.
Barnett, aye.
Nichols, aye.
Lukey, aye.
Michelle, aye. Number 3, approval of the consent agenda. All items listed under the consent agenda will be enacted by one motion with a roll call vote. There will be no separate discussions of these items unless a request is made prior to the time the board votes on the motion. Consent agenda items may include non-controversial subjects.
Move to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Roll call.
Barnett, aye.
Nichols, aye.
Lukey, aye.
Michelle, aye. Number 4, recommend and approve chairperson of Board of Trustees.
Vice Chair.
Vice Chair.
Yep. Replacement for Vice Chairperson is needed due to resignation of Jim Shelton, who previously held that position.
Who's the next one up for Vice Chair? Jenny?
I mean, I don't know if you want to look at longevity. I think out of the 3 here, I suppose, Al, you were in here previous, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Was it you, then Jenny, then
Yes.
Kevin?
Kevin.
Yes.
So, I mean, that's what I would have to offer, I guess. I mean, if you're comfortable with that.
You looking at me?
Yes.
Oh,
Or, okay, or fine. I mean,
that's
so,
fine.
like I said,
my name,
James,
so I didn't know
yeah.
if that had to be brought up or. I don't, yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
I guess anybody else have any?
So I move to, pretty quickly,
Yeah.
to
That's
recommend
good.
Al Likas as the vice chair of the board of trustees.
I'll second that.
Roll call.
Barnett, aye.
Nichols abstain.
Lukey, aye.
Michelle, aye. Okay, resolution honoring the service of James Shelton to the Harlan Municipal Utilities Board of Trustees. And thank you, Jim, for it.
Yeah, I just want to say something, management employees and for the board of trustees, we'd like to thank Jim for all he has done to put HMU in a better position during his time on the HMU board. So I think we had a lot of, I mean, I think we got a good board now, and I think, you know, we're continuing that effort too, just upgrading, making sure we're in a better position for the future.
Jim was active and brought a great perspective, so we'll miss him.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Don't need a motion on that, do
We
you?
need a motion to approve it, it's a resolution.
I'll make the motion to approve a resolution honoring the service of James Shelton.
Second?
Roll call.
Barnett, aye.
Nichols, aye.
Lukey, aye.
Michelle, aye. Approve recommendation by P&E Engineering for payment number 2 for the metering system replacement project in the amount of $7,475.
So just a little background on this. This is the second and final payment to HK Schultz Company for replacement of meters in the HMU's substation for part of the new electric SCADA project. So they were, I guess, contracted separately from what P&E did, separately from what Novatech did for the electric SCADA. And then this is actually the 5% retainage that was held out of the first payment. So it's basically going to pay them out the rest of the way.
I'll make a motion to approve recommendation by P&E Engineering for payment number 2 for metering system replacement project in the amount of $7,475.
Second.
Roll call.
Barnett, aye.
Dickus, aye.
Lukey, aye.
Michelle, aye. Resolution number 106-2026, authorizing the Harlan Municipal Utilities to apply for membership in the Iowa Municipalities Workers' Compensation Association.
And we talked about this a little bit leading up to this. This is HMU and the city's new workers' comp provider that works with a pool of cities and other municipalities and will provide a less expensive premium.
I'll make a motion to.
They just require that those resolutions be approved, saying that you want to join.
Okay, I make a motion to approve the Iowa Municipalities Workers' Compensation Association.
I'll second.
Roll call.
Barnett, aye.
Dickus, aye.
Lukey, aye.
Michelle, aye. Number 8, receive and file FY 2025-2026 budget amendments.
Yeah, and I know you guys had a copy of that. Main highlight of that, and the majority of those amendments were increase in interest income from CDs. Basically, I guess we kind of undershot what we actually made off of a lot of those CDs in all the departments. So it was just an adjustment on that, and it was the main part of those amendments.
I move that we accept the amendments on the budget.
Second.
Roll call.
Barnett, aye.
Dickus, aye.
Lukey, aye.
Michelle, aye. Number 9, resolution 107-2026, updating uniform and boots section of the manual of benefits and personal policies.
Okay, what this pertains to, currently all outside employees receive new clothing yearly. Like I said, a lot of that is, 3 departments have the fire rated material that does need to be switched out every year. But that clothing and invoices are paid directly to the supplier for the clothing that is ordered each year. Management office staff are allowed to purchase 5 shirts per year and turn in the receipts for reimbursement. That's how we've been working at the last, 2 years? All right, 2 years?
2 and 3, yeah.
The average cost that is turned in by each of the, non-outside employees ranges from, I don't know, we've had it from $150 to probably $250, depending on what they purchase those 5 shirts every year. So I guess our recommendation is probably to help with handing receipts in, that we kind of pick maybe the medium there and say we would do a $200 yearly allowance for the management office employees, and then they can just go purchase, if they can get 6 shirts for that, great. If they get 4 for that, but that would be the allowance. That would just be.
And then they do have to come back, they have to bring them in to get them logoed, so.
Right, yeah, so they still would get the logo put on them once they purchase, but I guess it just saves the hassle of kind of keeping track of the receipts.
Right.
Kind of like how
Plus, it
we're.
makes it more equitable, right? Everybody gets $200. I mean.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, a lot of times, I don't know if we really ran much over 200.
Get more than 5 then if
Yeah.
they just have that alone.
I think some years, we might have run, some people might have run a little over 200, but it seems like that's, I think, a fair number.
Is there a standard requirement on fabric or?
Not necessarily, just, yeah. Most everything, everybody's doing kind of a button down.
That includes you?
Some do dresses, right?
Yeah, like last year I bought dresses because I didn't have any dresses to wear that were logoed. And I have a bajillion shirts
Yeah.
for so many years.
And I think Jonathan had quite a few shirts, so he went and got a kind of a light jacket, probably for like
So that one could go
football
with the
ones,
film.
yeah.
When you say
That, and then had it logoed, so
Right.
it just depends on what you need.
Yeah.
And we can kind of review that too. If everybody's getting to where they got enough shirts built up, maybe, I don't know, we suggested,
Yeah, we
maybe.
like to get rid of our stuff and
Okay.
stay updated.
Yeah.
These guys might not. Colburn always gets 3 blue, 2 red.
Predictable.
But us girls, we like to keep it fresher.
I don't know, Donald and I have been jazzing it up a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm not ordering any of those next year.
Now he's going to green and yellow.
Yeah, what colors is he gonna do next year?
Hey, you could do red and, what's gas? Gas is green, or yellow, so you could do yellow and red for your 2 departments.
And last year, a couple of the employees didn't even get it, they were like, I have enough, I don't need any, so.
Okay. But like I said, you put it towards a jacket or something, so.
Thanks, Jim.
I'll make a motion to approve resolution number 107-226, updating uniform and boot section of the manual of benefits and personal policies.
A second.
Roll call.
Barnett, aye.
Hickus, aye.
Michelle, aye. Number 10, raw
Kevin
water.
abstains.
Oh,
Yes.
sorry.
Right, I got just.
Abstain, correct.
Yep.
Number 10, raw water system improvement sections 1, 2, 3, and 4. Change order number 10 in the amount of $12,100. B, final pay application number 23 in the amount of $266,639.06. C, notice of acceptability, McCarthy consent to surety?
Surety.
Surety. Okay, and McCarthy release of claims.
Okay, I got a little background on all of those. For A, that change order number 10 in the amount of $12,100. So basically, some of the final survey we did, we knew some of those well mounds and the mounds for the new transformers. Contractor felt that he hauled in extra dirt, so we went ahead and shot them to make sure we got accurate quantities. Basically, he'd hauled in about 2,420 additional cubic yards to make those well mounds and the mounds for, just to get everything up out of the floodplain. So we kind of sat down and talked with Evan, with McCarthy Trenching there, and agreed to $5 per cubic yard, which I think is a very reasonable price. I think he paid, what did he say, he paid 25 bucks? No, 25 bucks a yard just to get some fill hauled to the site. And then he still had to place it, so, I mean, basically we got it for a fifth or a sixth of what he paid to get, hauled in. Granted, there was some fill on site that he borrowed, which was part of the project. It was in the plans that he could borrow that, but, so I think we're getting a pretty good deal on that. I mean, it was just kind of one of those things. We wanted to be fair to the contractor. I think he was appreciative, that we're willing to kind of say, okay, yeah, you were over on this, you probably should have something for that. So, I mean, that's kind of how we came to that $5 per cubic yard, which, like I said, is a very reasonable price, I think, for that, so.
Is the floodplain over in the east well field, is that pretty high?
It's not as high as in the south field, I think elevated, well.
Yeah, we went higher in the south well
South
field.
field was higher.
Yeah, I mean, like 33, 32, 10, 12 feet, they probably built those up
Yeah.
off the original ground. Well, 35 is probably up about 6 foot from original ground, so if you ever get a chance to drive down in there, you'll see, I mean, very much more of a sizable mounds in the south well field than there is east, so. And part of that is too, Al, I mean, the east well field's upstream from the, that's all relative too, so you're upstream more on the east side than you are on the south side, so theoretically, you're gonna have to build it up a little higher, further downstream.
Okay, thank you.
Oh yeah, gotta keep going here. Final application number 23, the amount of that $266,639.06. So this is the remaining amount owed to the contractor, including retainage. So this is the final, that'll pay him out everything on that project. Notice of acceptability, so that is verification from the engineer, McClure Engineering, that was in charge of that project, and then, stating that the project is complete according to what their standards are, specs are. Item D, McCarthy consent to surety. So the contractor's bonding agent approves of the final payment to the contractor, but they are still obligated to HMU during the warranty period for, I think it's 1 year warranty period we had on that. from the acceptance of the project, which would be today, that if anything materially comes up on the project, if McCarthy doesn't take care of it, his surety company will, or is obligated to. Item E, McCarthy release of claims. Basically, that's verification of the contractor that all claims for material, labor, etc., that they dealt with have been paid on their end. So I don't know if you could just do one vote on all those items, right, Jean?
Yeah,
So you said the engineer blessed sort of that
Yeah.
that it was complete. What about you guys?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We took a lot of the last couple.
Little punch list items were kind of a little pain, I mean, I don't know, necessarily, a little bit painful to get them,
Get them here, but.
but once they got it, they're done.
Yeah, the job is complete.
Okay, all right, thanks, Tom.
I move that we approve the raw water system improvements, sections 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Second?
Roll call.
Barnett, aye.
Dickus, aye.
Lukey, aye?
Michelle, aye. Number 11, Resolution 108, 2026, accepting raw water system improvement sections, raw water main, Sections 1, raw water mains and electric fiber conduit. Section 2, well drilling. Section 3, site work, well houses, equipment, and miscellaneous well connections. Section 4, electrical and fiber wiring.
So basically, this is just a resolution approving what we talked about in item 10.
I move to approve resolution 8-2026 that includes the items that we just discussed.
I'll second.
Roll call.
Barnett, aye.
Dickus, aye.
Lukey, aye?
Michelle, aye.
we've been holding on to that resolution since 2022.
I know.
David was the chairperson, had to wipe out some names.
Number 12, IAMU Safety Agreement Amendment to Section A, Scope of Work.
So basically, this is our safety program through IAMU. We pay quarterly, I think, for that program. This amendment basically doesn't change the fee or anything. It covers a change to HMU's agreement with IMU stating that the safety instructor is not required to live within the area that the instructor covers. So basically, some instructors that we had previously were, I think up in Denison, and they also did Denison's safety stuff, Atlantic's, ours. So basically, this is just saying that we're okay if they live outside the area, as long as it doesn't cost us any more, as long as it doesn't, they're still here on time to start the safety programs when they're scheduled. So it's just, I guess, allowing them, they had somebody willing to do it, and they were willing to travel to cover this area. So we're just kind of agreeing to that, as long as we get the service we were getting, and it doesn't cost any more. That's basically what this amendment's for.
So I move to approve the amendment for the IAMU safety agreement to Schedule 8.
Second?
Roll call.
Barnett, aye.
Dickus, aye.
Lukey, aye?
Michelle, aye. Number 13, an in-kind surveying and engineering work by Joe Ruschenberg outside of HMU hours per employment contract, paragraph 5.
So this I kind of got a long explanation, not a real long explanation on this, but basically in my contract, and I don't know if you guys had a copy of it, and I could read that, what this pertains to that.
Yeah, I just put it in the email, I think, didn't I? Yeah.
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 So 5-day devote the whole of his time and attention to the business of HMU. The CO should not be employed or engaged in any capacity, undertaking or carrying on of any other business, and it shall not be interested or affiliated directly or indirectly in any business, firm, or corporation undertaking or carrying on any business at any time without the approval of HMU in writing. This shall not prevent the CEO from owning an interest in any business or corporation if the CEO is not actively engaged in the day-to-day affairs of said business or corporation. So basically what I'm asking, and it kind of boils down to, I helped the city with plans on the restroom at Dream Playground, and that was kind of the thing. That, since it was involved at the city, some of that work was done during HMU time. basically, you know, to help stake while the contractor's up there, draw plans up, so forth. What I'm asking, I guess, for permission or just letting the board know is that this would be anything that's outside of HMU hours, so I'm wanting to donate some personal time outside of HMU time, weekends, it'd be weekends or vacation time, to help with survey and design on a building addition to St. Michael's Church, where I'm a member. And then also wanting to donate my time outside of HMU time to complete a survey for the school district as far as some property that they're purchasing from the Congregational Church.
I don't see any problem with you
Yeah.
doing things on your own time.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I mean, it's just kind of how that read. I just wanted to be transparent moving ahead that, yeah, it's not going to be any, not using any HMU time. It's going to be on my own time. And it's just a donation to the community, basically. I mean,
Yeah.
some community projects, so.
Right. And it's just volunteering, so,
Correct.
yeah.
Well, I'll make a motion on number 13, in-kind surveying and engineering work by Joe outside of HMU hours per employment contract.
Second?
Roll call.
Should I abstain? I abstain.
Nick, aye?
Lukey, aye.
Michelle, aye. Number 14 is information items only. McClure invoice in the amount of $1,985. Letter from Linda Post and broken pole repair.
Okay, item A, that invoice is just engineering costs for the raw water system improvements project. I assume we'll probably have at least one
I
more,
would assume we should have one
which would pertain to kind of some of these closeout items that McClure had been working on for this meeting. Item B, their letter from Linda Post, just an additional letter to be added to the file of customers either for or against the addition of fluoride to the drinking water. So this letter was basically one, I think she was happy that you were
Taking it out.
taking it out, but then
So now
at the
she's
last meeting,
disappointed.
she sent another letter saying that she was disappointed that, yeah, kept it in. So that's just information. And like I said, it'll be added to the file. She was kind of collecting all the letters, all the documentation. Broken pole repair, got kind of a lengthy one for that, just an explanation. Okay, the 69 kV line that goes from here to Avoca, where we tie in a Mid-American Energy on the south side of Avoca, was scheduled 3 weeks prior to be de-energized for line repairs from inspection that was performed by HMU's electric department. Every year the guys drive the line, try to look for any defects, anything that needs to be repaired. The work was planned to last 5 days from what they found from the inspection. The findings in the inspection were a woodpecker hole in one pole down by Titan Machinery, and then do some tree trimming along the line. That was more by Corley, right? Where we had to trim some trees back there right by the old FS Ag Land complex. And then replacing the aerial marker balls by the airport. They were getting faded, so I think it was FAA said that we needed to get something that, they were faded. Even had some hail damage on them, I think, too. They had some holes in them. And then replacing some hardware on a couple other poles. The outage was extended due to closer inspection of the woodpecker pole, so in other words, or woodpecker hole. So in other words, they got in the bucket truck. That's a mouthful, isn't it?
3 times, I was just gonna say.
Yeah, I was thinking 3 times quick. So they got in the bucket truck and they were gonna try to, I guess there's an epoxy that you can go in and try to fill that hole. Once they got up there, they found out that it was hollowed out
Oh.
in the pole. And this is right there by Titan Machinery, I mean, it was an angle pole that pulled in both 2 different directions. So I guess
Because we were just talking about this up front. So how do they notice a hole like that? Can they see it from the ground, or does like when
Usually
the
got, like,
apprentices
binoculars.
climb? Do they climb? Oh, they use binoculars.
yeah,
I
it
didn't
just
know
was
if they
forcing
made,
that they
like-
seen it.
If they made like the apprentices climb every pole to inspect them or what?
So, because there's power on all those, they can't climb it.
Oh,
So it has to be de-energized to climb it or to get
Go up.
close to it, to
Mhm.
that.
We don't have equipment tall enough to reach those, do we?
Certain times, but this is an 85 footer, so no, we didn't for that. Like some of our ones along,
Got it close enough to it, I guess, yeah, right.
we can get close enough to see it, but not, you can't work safely
Yeah.
with it.
So yeah, so the finding was that the pole was hollowed out. So we needed time to get material and a contractor here. So we consulted with Burns Electric, if you remember, who completed our latest overhead to underground electric project, to get a time and material quote to complete the emergency repair. I guess we felt this method is probably the fairest. They were both the contractor and HMU. You know, it's just their hourly fee for when they're working on it and whatever the material costs are as far as with it being an emergency repair. Didn't really have it, you know, our line is shut down. NIPCO let us, they extended the shutdown of the line for another week just so we could get this emergency repair done. You know, it's kind of one of those things they need to get back online, where they wanted to get back online before this weather today too. So that was kind of the emergency portion of it. HMU had a brace pole, so this is one that's anchored pole across the street. So they got guy wires going to it. So we did have the shorter anchor pole to replace that existing one. But we did not have the 85-foot pole in stock. That's the actual one that all the lines are hooked to. We were able to purchase an 85-foot pole from NIPCO stock, but the next, and which was good because the next closest supplier that could provide that size of pole was in Illinois. So then you're paying shipping, you know, more cost. So NIPCO even delivered the pole to the site, brought it from their stockpile and brought it to the site. The pole and the brace pole were replaced by Burns Electric. The tree trimming, replacement of the hardware, and the replacement of the aerial marker balls were done by HMU's electric department. The 69 kV line was inspected this morning. Mid-American Energy had completed their underbuild. They had some underbuild, secondary underbuild on our poles. They completed their underbuild yesterday or day before. And then they were cleared this morning. So NIPCO re-energized the line back to normal this morning. So it's kind of a long drawn out thing, but when we found out it was hollow, that kind of got us a little nervous.
Yeah.
So. CO's report? Okay. Got a few items there. Just wanted to mention, due to the issue of the elevated chlorine levels in the drinking water, next month we will be presenting a quote at next month's board meeting for a chemical level sensor. I mean, it's a sensor that can do
7 different water quality.
yes,
parameters.
seven different water quality parameters in the finished water. And then that sensor will be located down in the pump house at the clear well. So everything that's finished at the water plant goes down into the clear well and then is pumped out into the system. So that sensor will be testing, I mean, it's constantly testing, so we can catch, you know, the high chlorine, any other parameter that we set it to. And then we'll have that hooked to our SCADA system to where something goes wrong, it'll alarm, get a hold of whoever's on call if there's a problem. So we'll catch this earlier. Next item, installation of the new electric service at the fairgrounds for the camping stalls has started and it's going well. We had a good day, I think, the last few days, but then again, like today, I think with the weather, I don't know if they got much done, not knowing if it was gonna, it sprinkled some and back and forth. So that's going good. Approximately 18 customers left to convert to IPTV. And date for the traditional cable we talked about is May 4th, and we'll shut it down. And lastly, I have April anniversaries. Deb McLaughlin, 21 years,
Oh, good.
and Colburn, 12 years.
Good.
So,
It's been that long?
Yep,
Seems like yesterday, I told you.
some days.
Not when you find a woodpecker hole over.
It's a lot of phone calls.
Yeah.
yeah. So I don't know, got any other questions or comments for me? All right. Thank you.
16 adjourn.
papers here to sign.
Yes, there's a bunch.